Good morning. Let's see. My battery is low. Here we go. Come on, girl. There we go. It's early. It's early, but there are some things that I was anxious to see that we did yesterday when we were live. So I thought I would come back this morning and demold. You know, another good thing about going live, if you go live, you can actually record your content like that. You can record your content, then you can go back and edit that live and use that as some of the things that you post. And that'll be for the folks that don't make it to the live. So you may want to consider that. That's a good idea. We poured the egg yesterday in this one, and I'm anxious to see what she's going to look like. We also did a top coat on this lady, and she is beautiful. She turned out gorgeous. She turned out gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yep. Yeah. So I'm proud of that one. And she is done. She's good and dry. The other flower that I poured, I used that liquid glass, which means it's a 72-hour cure. Did you see how it just bubbled up? That means it's not going to be ready for days. So I just moved it completely out of the way so that I don't even have to think about it. And it won't be upset with anything that goes on this table. And I won't be tempted to keep on touching it and possibly jacking it up. We've got the table that I secured the legs to yesterday that I'm going to take apart. I wish I could take this camera down, but let me show you the legs real quick, what we're going to do before this live is over. She is ready. Those legs are in there. They are set. So she doesn't need another coat. I mean, they are in there beautifully, and they're not going anywhere. So we get to demold her before this live is over. Woo-hoo. I'm looking forward to that. Now, we're going to demold this first. This was our clock that we did. Oh, yeah. I picked this thing up just to tell anybody that's serious about doing epoxy. This is one of the first things that I did when I was learning to do this. And she was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful until I kept using a heat gun. I didn't really know the power of a heat gun at that point. I didn't know the power of letting things sit to cure. Don't be moving stuff. Don't be shifting stuff. Don't be messing with stuff. So those are all some lessons that I learned from this piece. And I still keep her as a doorstop, but I thought she was gorgeous, but that last goof up just messed her up. But I learned from it. I learned to put it down, to let it do what it's supposed to do. I learned about deep pour from this disaster. I learned about heat gun usage, which I don't even use the heat gun now. If I can't pop them with alcohol, then they pretty much won't be popped. And that's the way I feel about that. So this was basically to say, don't worry about what anybody thinks about what you do. If you love what you do, do it. It doesn't matter if they've got 1 million followers and you have 150. If you love doing it, do it. And you'll get better at it. The more you do it, and then your own community will form. You will get your own community. So don't stop. So let me encourage you. If you're doing this, don't feel bad when you look at other pages and folks have beautiful works of art. They're struggling with the same thing that you're struggling with, which is confidence. They are not really sure if that piece is good. The same things that we go through on our little level, they go through on those big levels. So all you want is to get your community. Keep doing what you love to do. It'll pay off. It'll pay off. Now, this was our clock. Our clock mold came in. We filled up our numbers with Let's Resin Chameleon powders. And we poured the other side with a pearlesque white so that we can put our graphics down. Oh, and I already see a mistake I made on this, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm going to go back with a Sharpie and I'm going to clean all of this excess up so that it doesn't look bad there, so that that top will just be black. I should have done that before I poured it, but if you remember it, when I was filling it in, I started doing it with, I started filling it in with this little thing, and I was like, that's too much. I don't have the patience for that. Next time I might have the patience for it, or better yet, next time I'll come up with a better way to fill those in once I've got them done. But I like that. I like that. And then I'm going to put my graphics over on this side, probably something like Family Time, How Time Flies, or Time for a Good Time. Something on that side. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I like it. I like it. Woohoo. Yeah, okay. You remember my friend Jess stopped by, and so I poured a butterfly and a heart for her. Ooh, there's her butterfly. There's her butterfly. She pretty. She pretty. And these little cheap A molds came from Shein. They're cheap and you can order a bunch of them, because if you like them like I do, you're going to want a bunch of them in your little reserve. Ooh, see, you cannot go wrong with this mold. You just can't go wrong with this mold. Look, you can't go wrong with that mold. You just cannot go wrong with that mold. You can't. You can't go wrong with it. Everything that she does is gorgeous. Everything. Everything. Her mama must have lived a good life. But you can't go wrong with this one. I think she may have been a buck and something. I'm not. Can't go wrong with that one either. And you just can't go wrong with them. So I'll encourage you to get them. Now, moment of truth for this one. The egg. I don't know. I don't know what this egg gonna do, y'all. I don't know what it's gonna do, basically because I don't know if my color was dark enough. Guess what? Let's just do it, and we're about to find out together, aren't we? We are. We're about to find out together. We're about to find out together. Okay. Well, I wonder. She's not bad. She is really not bad, but she's not as good as she could be. She is not as good as she could. I wonder, do I need to put a top coat on her to bring out her micas, to bring out the chameleons? You have to put it on the rest of them, so you probably got to put it on her too. I never thought about that, guys. I didn't. Oh man. Okay. I see quite a few little bubbles there, so I should have done a better job of squishing. This is my first attempt, which means this one, hey, this is the one I'm going to use to learn from. So I'll know that I need to either spray that inside with some alcohol, or I'll need to take it when it's, after I've gotten it poured. Say after I've gotten it poured, I'll need to take it and do this. So just squish it around. Squish it around, and hopefully those bubbles will dissipate when you do it that way. It's just, it looks freaky, but do it, you can pour it halfway full and then do it, and then pour some more in, and then do it again if you don't want to risk, it flowing over or anything. But this is not a bad mold. It's just going to require me to sit down and to do each flower. And now that I see it, I can tell when I turn it over to paint it the next time, because I'll probably keep this one. The next time I paint it, because I've done this, I'll be able to know where my flowers are as well. You know, because when you're looking at this thing on the inside out, you can't really, you don't know what's what sometimes. I think those leaves need to be a green color possibly. So I might even mix up some more pigment paste and do these in an actual color and then pour it. I might not even use the chameleon powders the next trip. So that's something to think about. All right, table time, table time, table time. Let's make room for this table. We put our legs on, we secured them with the epoxy, and I like that clock. I like the clock. And now we want to check her out, demold her, and see what we got. Oh my gosh. This has been a long process. This has been a long process. But the first thing I will do, now that those legs, and look at those legs again, they are set. They're down in there. That's a clear coat of resin that's on top of that leg. She in there. She's not going nowhere. So we want to see if she's level. And she is. She is good and level. Woohoo! That was the hard part right there. Now we're going to see what she's looking like. Okay. All right. And I tell you what we'll do. We'll all do it, oops, at the same time. How about that? Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all, I cannot. Oh my goodness. Do you see her? Oh my goodness, she is beautiful. Oop, there's that divot. Remember I told you that there was a low spot on my mold when I went to check if she was firm, if she was ready, and I felt a nice sized divot on my mold right here. It means it's time for me to order a new mold. That's all. That's all that means. But I like it. What do you think? I like it. Oh my gosh. And look at that. See those legs? That means that if you want to use this as a display table, say you're going to have your Thanksgiving or whatever, your wedding, bridal shower, your baby reveal party, and you want to display a cake on this because she is already food safe. But if you want to display your cake on this, you've got space under here because of these legs that I put on to be able to put either your napkins or your favors or your spoons or your forks or whatever. So she not only will hold your cake or whatever she's holding, but she also has space under her. She's not just taking up space on your tabletop. She's giving you height so you can put something under it. I like that idea. Sorry, but this, she is beautiful. I can't even, I'm just outdone. Only thing that I got to do to her now, thanks to this divot, she's going to get a nice flood coat. Thanks to this divot, she's going to get a nice flood coat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tape my back. I'm going to go ahead and get her cleaned up around the back too. And then I'm going to tape her. And then I'm going to do a flood coat on her. I may not do that flood coat today. I may just enjoy the fact that she turned out as pretty as she did. Even this side is pretty. I'm like, wait a minute. Even this side is pretty. You know what? You know what? She just gave me back. She just gave me back some life, y'all. Y'all don't know. When you finally get a piece that looks like you thought it would look in your head, it's just, wow. It's nice. And guess what? I went live. I got it on live, which means I can go back and edit this. And now I can post pictures of or video from this live that let folks know, hey, how things turned out. I'm pleased with her. I'm really pleased with her. I'm pleased with the patience that I used to put her together. I can see where the benefit of pouring that first layer and then putting those flowers down so that they would secure into that first layer. That first layer was a thin layer. It was 10 ounces. I put down the 10 ounces and my flowers were in the 10 ounces. I let that cure completely. And then, because it was done upside down, after that first layer, I put another layer of epoxy and I put a few more flowers down, okay? After I did that, then I poured just a clear 10 ounces. So that was 30 ounces at that point. After that came up, I wasn't satisfied with how some of these flowers were still poking through the top. I wanted all of them to be under the resin. I didn't want to do any sanding. Now, there's one over here, one of these forget-me-nots. They stick a little through the, but she's covered in epoxy, so she's fine. She's not going to ever change on you. But after I did that, then I put my legs down. After I got it good and level, I put my legs down and I poured another 10 ounces. That 10 ounces came up over the top of my legs, so I didn't have to pour another coat. That's what I did to her. I put a little shimmer. The first layer was completely clear. Oh, that's what I should have said. First layer was completely clear. Then I put in those flowers to secure those flowers down. The next layer that I put in, when I put down the second layer of flowers, had just a little bit of shimmer to it. And then that third level that I put down, it had a nice thick level of white in it. So that's why you got the different variations of color in here. I wanted those flowers to shine through first, and then I wanted you to get some of that other in the back so that it wouldn't wait a minute now, don't be acting all like that. I just apparently I put it down on something that's not dry, and it just that quick. I tell you what, Final Destination. If it can go wrong, you know what, it will, but that's fine. She's good. She's good and set, so I don't worry about putting anything on her at this point. I appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with me for this live. Look at her. She is beautiful. That top coat is only going to make her even more beautiful. So thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you will, stop by my page, see some of my stuff. Like it, don't like it, comment, either way. Critique or suggestion, or, oh, look at those little purple flowers down in there. Yeah. You know what? Some of these were just flowers that I was driving and I saw. I'm sorry, I got to tell you. This flower right here, I was driving home from work one day and I saw these on the side of the road in a patch of flowers. And what caught my eye was the little yellow in the middle. So when I got out and got closer, I saw, ooh, they got a little purple flower around them. I just picked them off I snipped them, brought them to the house, stuck them in some silica. This one was the same way. She's outside in my garden. When she got up to where she is now, I clipped her, put her in some resin. This on the side of the road, I saw these. They were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When I picked them, I thought, girl, this stuff could be poisonous, and you out here clipping flowers. But that's how a resin mind thinks. Everything that you see could look better in resin. Everything that you see could look better in resin. That's how we look at stuff. And that's how we operate. So I ain't mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Guess what? I could go purchase it from somewhere, or I could pull it out of my garden. You know? I could pull it out of my garden, or I could go purchase it. Either way it goes, make something beautiful, okay? Just make something pretty. Oh, she came out of my garden. Yes, she did. Oh, and there were more of her in here. She got covered up completely. Okay, but that's fine. There's one. But those right there, that's at the top of this was that. So I should have made sure that she was down in that epoxy before I did that. But guess what? I love it. I love it. I do. And I thank you for hanging out with me. You guys have a great day.